number 3?
As food processing increases, nutrient density, wow, decreases. So the more processed.
Should have done my vocal exercises before.
Have.
The tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue.
So what that means is the more processed your food is, the less nutrients you're going to get from it. So the further away you are from the natural source, the worse the quality.
So some nice examples, and they have some good ones in here, is let's look at like fruit, for example, right? So at one end of the spectrum, what we call highly processed, would be like an applesauce muffin.
Why did you go from that way? We read the other way.
I know, but we want to go from highly processed to whole.
Oh, I thought we were going to go.
So the next step up would be applesauce. So we don't put it in a muffin form, we just eat the applesauce. And then the whole food would be an apple, right? To give you another example, it's like beans, could be like black bean tortilla chips, okay? Highly processed. The next step up would be like
I want to eat those right
canned
now.
black beans. And the next step up would be like black beans that you soak yourself.
And really, you should be buying your beans and soaking them.
I'm going to be honest, I buy canned beans. It's so much easier. It's so much easier.
100% easier.
And so I'd rather have someone do something that's easier than not do something at all.
Well, I agree with that, but just
it's
what's
so
in the
much
can?
easier. What's so much
like
easier?
you and your environment stuff,
So
and
much
you're
easier.
totally cool with eating out of a can.
Beans don't necessarily have the same absorption that like tomato sauce does. So I don't eat tomatoes out of a can, or I look for a BPA-free can.
Yeah, but is BPA free really better? Okay,
Yes,
we are.
I mean, I believe it's better than having BPA.
But
like that's like.
What's the replacement for BPA?
I don't know. So now it's interesting with some companies, they have actually said non-intent BPA on their cans.
So they don't mean to put BPA
that
in
means
theirs.
they're not using BPA, but they're probably using a derivative.
Yes.
So which is interesting. So buy tomatoes in jars.
I mean, it's not like
But it's hard to find actually like stewed tomatoes and that kind of stuff in a jar. Like most of it's all in cans.
I know, it is really hard. It's really sad.
So that's the way it goes. So basically at the end of the day with this one is more whole foods, less processed foods. You're going to get more nutrients from them. And overall it's going to be better because you're actually going to absorb less calories from them as well. Again, it's going to help with the weight loss process. And yeah, it's just you've lost less nutritional value. When we process things, we lose the nutritional value. Then another actually really good example in here is a fast food burger with fries, about 900 calories, give or take, 6 ounce tenderloin.
Didn't you just do your tongue thing?
Tip of the tongue.
With
6
a baked
ounce
potato?
Tenderloin, baked potato, and 2 cups of steamed broccoli, about 550, 560 calories, right? So significantly less. And I would say
No, go ahead.
the tenderloin would fill me up more than...
No, like, let's talk, like, if you were going to go to McDonald's, like,
Yep.
we're going to really shock people. What would you get?
What do you mean, what would I get?
Like, what would
I
you,
would
if
get
you went
whatever
to...
I want to get if I'm going to McDonald's.
Yeah, but, like,
because it happens like
how
5
much-
times a year.
How much McDonald's could you eat?
Could I eat?
Like, I could eat...
Like if I sat down and ate...
I could eat a 20-piece chicken nugget and
easy.
probably a cheeseburger, and I would probably still be hungry.
Easy, yeah.
And a big
easy.
chicken, a spicy one.
And I would have a shamrock shake.
Oh, really?
Yeah, mint. I like mint.
Ew.
I'm a sucker for mint.
I do too, but...
Yeah, so when we process food, like our body, again, kind of like when we talked about essential amino acids at the beginning of this, right? They basically skip the digestion process to an extent. So there's times when we want that, but there's also times when we don't want that, like when we're eating food. And so, like, we want the digestive process to happen, but when we process stuff big time, it's really, really easy for our body to digest it, which means they pack way more calories into it, and I can't guarantee this, but I'm pretty sure that we absorb more calories from
Well,
it
and
as
I think the other thing to know is, like, we don't even, when foods are processed, we don't even know what an appropriate serving size is.
Right.
Like, just the other day I was talking to someone about, like, cheese and how much they were eating, and we found out, like, whatever they were eating was, like, a quarter cup is 1 serving, but it's, like, they were eating
How
more.
much is a quarter cup? Like, what's the serving of cheese? Is it like 2 ounces or something like that?
I don't know, but she was eating,
You
like...
cut off 2 ounces from a cheese block and tell me what that is.
Okay.
No one can do it.
Okay,
it's impossible.
but we did the math, and we were eating, like, it was like quesadillas, and you were having like 6 servings of cheese. That's like almost 700 calories in just cheese.
It's all the cows.
Oh
That's
my
what that is,
gosh.
all the
But
cows.
like, when you're trying to lose weight, like,
That's not helpful.
not helpful at all. Cheese is
Not helping nobody.
avocado is another one. Who eats only half an avocado
This
or
is-
a quarter of an avocado?
This is true.
Oh,
You got to keep the pit in it. It keeps it
yes,
better.
that's true, and you should store it face down.
Yeah. Knowledge.